Hello, this is Airplane Oxygen Not Included. A while ago I found Biobot Builder and haven't really done anything with it. So now I'm going to take a little bit of time to investigate. This is my first time experimenting with this building. So let's see how this adventure goes. To start off with, I see local colony lacks advanced medical care. If I look at my skills, I actually have a dupe called Care. I've been working at getting the, advanced medical care. I was thinking about putting them through the skill scrubber. But I see it's just going to be 98 experience points to their next level, so I think we'll just wait on that one. I have the idea that this guy likes orchid plants, and specifically the zombie spores that thing outputs. So we want to create a protective area here. So I'm going to demolish some of this stuff. I've already looked in here. Let's make some room. Get rid of that doorway. And what I want to do is create an airlock. At least I assume that's what I want to have. Because I don't want zombie spores to go all through my base. Now, the orchid plants, there were some that was printed here. And there were some that were printed up here. I dug them all out in a safe way. Got rid of the zombie spores. They're all stored here, and I'm storing them there. I've got 6 of them in this zone, just so that pips don't inadvertently get access to them, output them somewhere else, and cause chaos to my dupes. Decided to put my airlock just about here. This is going to need some water, so let's put liquid vent, and I'll connect that to the pipe once this is all together. Filling in some liquid water right here for my liquid airlock. Expecting zombie spores possibly in this zone, so that's why I'm isolating this area. Don't know exactly how it goes, but I don't want to affect the rest of my base. I had to do a little bit of reforming here. Just realized that this stable's not happy, so this room is currently 102. I gotta cut this room down in size. Care is ready for their advanced medical care. I'm even going to change their hat to the advanced medical care hat with a little band-aid. Watch Care arrive on the mini pod. I'm not sure what point they actually changed their hat. They still have the... looks like right now. They're ready for some food, but that's okay because we've got a little bit more work to do here. One thing I'd like to do is sweep out all of this. I guess this is going to be enough liquid. Let's cut that off. But Atmo suits. I think from this point on, I'm not going to let the dupes go in unless they've got Atmo suits. Producing an Atmo suit over on this asteroid. We're going to be teleporting it over, along with a little bit of refined metal, so we can make the Atmo suit check station. I've got this cool slush geyser operating once again. It's been dormant for quite a while. While it was dormant, I set up this little heat exchange area. So I'm noticing initially polluted water is going through there and is cooling off this block. That's going to be a subject of another episode to see how that functions. Teleporting the Atmo suits and some refined metal. Just had the dupes put stuff in these little containers. I've got so many pips in this world. It's not even funny. Anyway, just dump all that on the ground. And the auto sweeper is going to have it sent over to the other world for us. Now, with the Atmos suits, I need oxygen. I've got an oxygen system on this asteroid, but not the other. So decided maybe the easiest way to do this is just to pump oxygen to the other asteroid. That's being picked up over here. It's going to be sending oxygen all the way down, eventually arriving at the Atmosuit stations, and we can deliver the first suit. Sweep our Atmosuits in here. They're all charged up, or at least one of them is. We're going to start off with a little bit of a cleanup. I have no idea how this is going to go, but to make it as smooth as possible, let's just get all the things out of this room just in case there's a chance a piece of dirt or liquid might affect this whole machinery. I doubt that's going to be the case, but you never know. Well, with this room cleaned out, it's time to start experimenting. So I'm assuming the first thing we need to do is click Restore Building. And Care, which is the dupe that just walked in this room, destroy this tile. It's the only one that can do this, I believe. It says under information, uses zombie spores and steel. Oh, I'm going to have to bring over some steel. To carry biofueled medicines that can be sent into hostile environments. Defunct Biobots dropped harvestable steel. They actually create steel. Allow a skilled duplicant to manufacture a steady supply of icky yet effective bots. So, hammer. Oh, I guess it doesn't have to be Care. You just have to wipe this machine off and take away the little pipe. Oh my god, I lost my word there. Okay, Biobot Builder. Incubating spore 50%. Attention required. Insufficient steel. Alright, insufficient resource zombie spores. Oh my goodness, can't speak. Too excited for this. Pylon. That was the other word I was looking for earlier. Okay, I'm going to go to the other world and bring over some steel. While I do some of this experimentation, working with Mop over here to incubate a few of these glossy directlet eggs so we can enhance our plastic production on this base, which is going to be needed for future episodes where I cool off my rocket where I melted this wall. The rocket itself is still pretty hot, but I do have enough plastic to create at least 2 of those guys. Oh, and I see this guy that needs to be wrangled and brought over to our stable. So I don't have enough steel here and decided I'm going to make a ton of steel. While that is going on, let's go to the story traits here. Our restoration work is complete. A small plaque on the building's mechanical assembly tank reads, pathological fueled extravehicular geo-exploratory guidebot. Why? The adjacent tank contains a floating shape of a half-formed organism, this little guy here. Its vivid coloring reminds me of the poisonous amphibians that were eradicated from our home planet's jungles. Ooh, they're talking about their homeworld. A tattered transcript printed out was recovered from the mess. Okay. Well, let's, so now we can actually see it here in the database. I'm not going to read the full thing at the moment, but I'll go back and read that later. Let's see. So, steel is being generated. While that goes on, I guess we can look at the zombie spores. And this is experimenting. I don't know how this is going to work. Let's make some of these red pots. Why not? I think I can just plant these here. Again, could be wrong, but I'm just experimenting with this whole thing setup. And I see gas going in. I don't understand the gas going out. I'm not going to actually connect this yet, but I'll pump it up to this point. I have no idea. This is... Oh, I guess this is... my assumption. I could be wrong. We're going to create zombie spores in here. We're going to pump out the gas that has the zombie spores in it. And out here, we're going to get zombie sporeless gas, which is kind of a way of filtering the gas. This could be dangerous. This could be very dangerous. I mean, I always have save points, so I guess I can go back. But yeah, we will. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Scorched seeds. Let's plant a few of these. 3 of them. I suspect I'm gonna run out of gas here. I know those guys really like carbon dioxide. So let's be nice to our zombie spores, which is something I never thought I'd say before. And give them some carbon dioxide. So it's going to go through here, and we'll just vent it out like that. And that pump, of course, is going to need some power. And if I need more carbon dioxide than this, I've got a huge amount over in this base, because for the longest time I've got infinite storage gas of carbon dioxide, over 1,000 kilograms, and that's all thanks to this guy that's continually outputting some nice carbon dioxide for us. On the steel front, it looks like this is still running, having the dupes drop off some of that steel over here. I think let's start with that. That's going to be enough, and it's a manufactured material. Steel, and we'll have that brought over. So we have some steel in here. So the only thing we're missing is zombie spores. These scorched plants are not happy. They like carbon dioxide. That's fine. We've got that on the way soon. So we just pumped some... Oh, there it is. We got some carbon dioxide in here. Scorched plants are waking up. And we have zombie spores. Awesome. So we're going to see how this goes. Do we have zombie spores in the oxygen? Whoops, wrong one. I think we do. Yeah, we do. They're pretty much everywhere. Let's start pumping them into this machine. And I'm very curious about what's going to come out here on the other end. Do we have zombie spores out here? Initially, I would say no. That's kind of what I thought was going to happen. I mean, it has a little... Okay, now it doesn't have a not sign on that. I guess that just means that it's consuming it. I'm assuming this bar here, it's going... I don't know if it's going up or down. It almost looks like it's going down. I guess when it gets to the top or bottom, it will be complete and we'll get whatever this is. Is this just a rover? That looks a lot like a rover. I guess we're going to have this guy inside. I hope not. I already know how to send rovers. I could have like 100 rovers if I really wanted to on my base. This thing better be better than that. Faster, can build things the rover cannot. I'm generally disappointed with a lot of the special traits and stories in this game. My expectations are not high, but I've got to try it. We'll see what's going to happen here. I'll continue to make sure that we've got no zombie spores. That is the case, and zombie spores is contained to just this room. That's important. Okay. So we've got two problems going on. First of all, we have power issues with the pump. That's easily fixed. I put a transformer in here. So this is the second transformer I've got. So I'm going to split my circuitry essentially from like a north and a south line. So that's going to make less... Oh, I did not do that right at all. Kind of want it more like this, because that's the second transformer. Make sure these two are not connected. Alright, just one piece of wire, and that issue should be fixed soon enough. The second issue I'm having is this pump here doesn't have a lot of gas. So you know what, let's just give up on that and find another way around. I don't see why. Wait. Why am I... I've got an idea. Why am I even pushing this gas out of the room? These guys like carbon dioxide. That's great. That's fine. I should just set this up in a circle. Let me put that together. So we've got some changes going on. First of all, I'm going to be sending the gas to right back in this room. Unless it's oxygen, we're going to be pushing oxygen out. That's because these guys prefer carbon dioxide. Okay, so we have this operating now. I'm sending new carbon dioxide into this zone. We're sending gas down here. We're having trouble venting, so it's creating a few more gas vents. Oh, I'm realizing why we're having an actual issue. I'm not actually letting oxygen out. So this is oxygen, well, not that first piece, but that's going to be essentially oxygen that does not have zombie spores. That's very important. The rest of this gas... Oh, this is probably being confused. Because you might want to have this guy sitting like that. Other than that, our orchard plants are happy. And just have to wait for this to take effect. So here we have it. We got a continual supply of gas going in. New carbon dioxide is making its way in. When this becomes overpressured and carbon dioxide goes this way, it's going to stop this guy from sending new carbon dioxide. Either that or we're going to run out. But I don't think we need a whole lot. We've got, yeah, plenty of zombie spores here for this thing to consume. We're at 61%. And we'll see how this goes. Let's make a few changes around this room. First of all, doubling up the number of orchard plants. And then the next bit, figured why not have 2 pumps pumping this carbon dioxide. And we'll go around like this. And see how this goes in terms of trying to bump up this process. So I've just notified the trade is complete Biobot builder. Here it is. It's a little critter that's walking around the base. Seems pretty quick. I'm curious the limitations, so I may try. Well, first of all, show navigation. You can't tell it where to go, like you can with the dupes. So that's one restriction, I guess. But can it build things that only dupes can build? I'm hoping it can. Let's click on this. Success! My duplicant's effort to get the Biobot builder up and running have finally paid off. Our first fully assembled PEGGY Biobot is ready to perform tasks in hazardous environments, which means less exposure to dangerous. For my dupes, there seems to be no limit to the number of Biobots that we could produce. Okay, well that's kind of cool. A small toy bot was found discarded behind the Sporb tank. It occasionally plays a deteriorated laugh track. Yeah, creepy. I guess that's a decoration. Oh, here it is. That's something I can put on a pedestal, I suppose, if I want. Alright, and it's a robot head toy bot. So we can continue to make more of these, more and more. So I have a second question. Whoops. Probably. Oh, okay, careful. Let's select my... I don't want to actually have my sleet wheat. Or is it... Oh no, there is no sleet wheat there. Never mind. Just changing the hydrogen pump. Yeah. I don't see a battery. Contents. That's what they're holding in their hand, I guess. I don't know what you say. Oh, biofuel. This bot will shut down permanently when its biofuel runs out. Charge per second minus 30. So every second you would lose 30. And it has 177,000. It starts with 180. Biofuel. Can you regenerate this? Or is it like a battery where it just, when it's done, it's done? What's it made out of? Steel? Yeah, it is made out of steel. So I assume similar to the other robots, is you're going to get that back. But you'll have to annoyingly go and find it and destroy it, which is a downside to that whole setup of having bots around. But I'm going to try to create some more and fill a base with it. The other nice thing is it says it can go into hazardous areas. So for instance, really hot areas possibly. Given some of the techniques I have with liquid airlocks and atmo suits, I don't see the value per se. But it is nice in certain circumstances. I think having early access to this, if this was on my base very close, and it honestly was, I could have set this up earlier, then I think this would have had a lot of value. I'm just going to make one change here. I want to extend the gas events. So I'm going to bring some plastic over to the other world to get a vent over there, so I can stop the back of the, I don't know what you want, the overpressureness of this whole setup. Installing a high pressure vent just to prevent backup. I don't see any oxygen in here anymore, so I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to go do a test with our new Biobot critter roaming around. So there is this Biobot on this way. I blocked all dupes off from going into this area. First of all, can this guy cross that? I figured they could. So mechanized airlock. This is something a rover cannot build. And nor can Biobot. Biobot cannot do that. Which, I mean, come on. I thought for sure that would be one limitation. Well, I guess all you have is a rover. Really, it's just a rover. I don't know any difference. It has power like a rover. It's basically a rover that looks different. The only thing that's nice about it compared to a rover, if I need a bunch of rovers, I need to continually send a rocket up, which, well, in this particular asteroid would be very problematic. But I don't have to do anything. This thing just charges itself. So that is kind of nice. As I said earlier, I would see the value of this if I get access to it early on. I don't think so much. The final thing I will say about it, if I had done this over again, I would not have put zombie spores in this actual building. I don't think it's really matters, but what I could have done is had a spot over here with the zombie spores and pumped it in and out, having this area in a clean zone. Not that I think that really is the biggest thing. Not overly impressed, but it is something I probably will go after. Probably more useful than a lot of the other traits. I like it. It's not amazing, but it is good. From my initial feeling. I'll continue trying it out as time goes on. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks anyone for liking and subscribing. I have, what have I been up to while I was doing this? I have a new cooling line that's going through. It's going through this cool granite, if that cooling line is needed. Touching areas that needed a bit of cooling, such as this incubator in this zone here that was a little bit warm. I'm going to add a little bit of cooling down here as well. The actual base is temperature has gone down significantly, and inside the rocket I need to get busy with. It's kind of neglected this project, but I've got my 2 steam turbines. Next episode, let's cool this off and see what kind of super rocket we can create. Until then, thanks for watching.